or you are not
Sir, on
repeating the
weekend.
videos?
Sir, on
Huh?
weekend.
Around weekend you are repeating the video, right? Okay. So today I'll going to discuss about the sorting techniques. Very interesting technique, and what are the sorting technique available. We will going to discuss, and what are the sorting techniques we're going to discuss. We will cover. Then these are we're going to discuss. But today we'll discuss about bubble sort and selection sort. First, we'll look into bubble sort, and then we'll look into selection sort. Sorry, first we'll going to look in selection sort, then we'll discuss uh, bubble sort. And this is my presentation. This is so what this is sorting technique. So sorting means, so what we know what is sorting. It is rearranging the data in ascending or descending order, is known as sorting technique. So any data or any keys are rearranged. So rearrange the data for user storages, user uses. Say for example, binary search. We have seen that how could we use sorting using sorting technique. We can search an item in login, big of login. So what is sorting? A sorting algorithm is used to rearrange a given array or list elements according to a comparison operator on the elements. Maybe it is ascending order or descending order. So some terminologies are there in the sorting technique. Some terminologies are there. That is in place sorting technique. In place sorting techniques means you are not taking extra memory. That means you are given a array A. Within that array A, you are sorting. You are solving the problem without taking extra array B, or without any kind of taking extra variable memory. Then we will say this sorting technique is known as in place sorting. So in place sorting, here in place sorting, so memory usage, extra memory usage is big of 1. So what is stable sorting? That is, stable sorting is that sorting that suppose repeated numbers. So if there is a repeated numbers, so for example 1122, so this stable sort algorithm sort the repeated elements in the same order that appears in the input. Okay, we'll discuss later on what is stable sorting and how it happens. So we'll today we'll just highlight the definition of that stable sorting. So stable sorting, that what will be the say for example, if you know that how to play a playing card, and then speed of 2 and heart of 2 is different. These both are different. So these two should be as input. Suppose given order, if that input order matters of same repeated number, then the sorting technique is known as stable sorting. After the sorting, say for example, you have given an input item and there is lots of 2 or there is lots of 4s in the array, and you have perform some sorting operation. After sorting operation, that number should not be altered as appeared in the input. So it should be as per ordered in the input. So that's known as stable sorting. So what is loop invariant? Loop invariant is a property of it is a property of a program that is true before or after each iteration. So each iteration, so if that one iteration, if we perform one iteration, then if it is true, or after one iteration, if it is true, and completion of the iteration, if it is true, then it is known as loop invariant. We'll discuss loop invariant in insertion sorting technique. What is loop invariant in details? So this is the terminologies. Okay, so we'll first highlight that sorting techniques. We have divided these sorting techniques into 4 categories. So big of n square sorting techniques. This is big of n square sorting techniques. That is bubble sort, selection sort, bubble sort, and insertion sort. So this is selection sort, big of n square sorting technique, and big of n square sorting technique is bubble sort, and big of n square sorting technique is insertion sort. So this is much slower, very slow sorting techniques. But even though insertion sort is say for example very slow, big of n square, time complexity is big of n square. However, it is most important sorting technique. We'll discuss why it is most important sorting technique and where should we use this sorting techniques, and when should not we use this insertion sorting or bubble sort or selection sort. And then n log n is much faster than big of n square sorting technique. Say for example heap sort, there is quick sort, there is merge sort, that is big of n log n sorting techniques. So we have much faster sorting techniques than selection sort, bubble sort, and insertion sort. These sorting techniques are known as heap sort, quick sort, merge sort. And we have another sorting techniques, linear time sorting techniques. Linear means big of n. Input size is n, then time complexity also n. That is, it is much faster than heap sort, quick sort, and merge sort. So this is known as counting sort, radix sort, and bucket sort. We'll discuss these 3 sorting techniques: counting sort, radix sort, and bucket sort. Here, these sorting techniques are known as comparison sorting technique, and these sorting techniques are known as hashing techniques. So we'll discuss what is hash. As we have seen that hashing technique, hashing technique in the frequency find out. So we have discussed about that hashing technique. Then we have again categorized another sorting techniques, that is advanced sorting technique, that is theme sort and external sort. Okay, this is theme sort and external sort is most important sorting technique nowadays, and Python use theme sort. Okay, Peter Thiem has invented this sorting technique known as theme sort. And external sorting, so it is used for very large huge scale sorting technique, then we will use external sorting. And Python, Java, the default sorting technique is the quick theme sort. Here also we will see that quick sort in the advanced version of, we'll little bit highlight that what is the advanced version of quick sort. We'll highlight. Okay, so we'll discuss that median techniques, little bit highlight, and in the algorithm section you will going to get that what is median of median. Okay, how will you going to improve this quick sort technique. Okay, and we'll not going to discuss other sorting techniques. There is lots of sorting techniques we'll not going to discuss. Say for example spaghetti sorting techniques, com sort, cell sort, all those sorting techniques we are not going to discuss, and I'm not interested. So here, so these are the categories. So these are my categories. Okay, this is my categories. For example, this category is selection sort, bubble sort, big O n square sorting techniques, big O n log n sorting techniques, big O n sorting techniques, and advanced sorting techniques. Big O n log n is running time complexity, big O n is running time complexity, big O n square is running time complexity. And the most famous sorting techniques are that quick sort, and team sort and external sort. Okay, now the selection sort here. What is selection sort? Now let me ask one question. You have a set of elephants, okay, standing in a row. Okay, then you would like to sort these elephants. Okay, you would like to sort these elephants or buffalo or cows. Okay, you would like to sort this technique. How will you going to sort this elephants, set of elephants or set of cows or set of buffaloes? How will you going to sort? Can you give me some idea? Ravi, are you listening?
Yes, sir.
If you have a set of, say for example, if you have a set of elephants, okay, elephants in the lots of elephants, say 100 elephants standing in a row. Now you have to sort that elephants. You have to sort that elephants in a ascending order. Ascending order in terms of height. Okay. The tallest one will be the put in the last, and the smallest one will be the put in first. So how are you going to sort?
So there are many techniques. We can use one of those only, right? Like bubble sort is there. We know selection sort and bubble sort we were taught in the first sem. We could just use that.
So Pushpayan, are you there? Jaya Chakraborty? Jaya, are you there?
Yes, sir.
So can you imagine how are you going to sort it? Krishna? Nandita, are you there?
Yes, sir.
So can you imagine how are you going to sort? Do you know what is the question, Nandita?
Yes, sir.
So how are you going to sort these elephants? They are standing in a row, right?
Yes,
will you going to compare one by one, or will you going to swap one by one, or will you going to say, for example, divide two half and then divide two half, or will you going to find that median or something else?
So I guess if we divide it, then it will be.
Aditi? Are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm there.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
So could you please repeat the question again?
How many times should I repeat it? You are not listening. So, sorry. However, I should repeat the question again. So, there is an element. There is an elephant, or say for example, n cows standing in a row. You have to sort the cows in terms of height in the ascending order. So, the shortest one will be the first and tallest one will be the last. How are you going to sort? Can you suggest? Jintumuni Kolita?
Yes, sir.
Sorry.
Can you suggest me?
Yes, sir. Basically, we can use the algorithm selection sort. First, we will select the smallest elephant, then place it in the first place. Then we can again select the smallest elephant from the second to the last place and select the smallest, then place it in the second place. Then we can select the smallest from third to last, then place it in the third place, and so on.
Yes. Pratyay, is it correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Just
that
thinking
is
about
correct. Because swapping, exchanging is that exchanging has a huge cost. How are you going to exchange? Many times, if you have a n square time exchanging, then you will be exhausted in exchanging the elephants. Okay, standing. You imagine in the real life scenario that your elephants are standing. Okay, you need to sort. Then how are you going to find out tallest or smallest? Anything. You will find out that tallest one and put it the last, or smallest one put in the front. So this way you will going to arrange the elephants. So selection sort is what? You select the smallest or largest one and put it in the last. If you select largest one and put it in the last, if you select the smallest one, put it in the first, then and repeat it again and again, ultimately it will be sorted. Here the definition is the selection sort algorithm sorts an array by repeatedly finding the largest or smallest element from unsorted part and putting it at the end or beginning. So see this animation. Okay, so let us see this animation. So first, what is largest? I'm taking largest. Okay, Jintumani, I'm taking largest, not the smallest one. Here you can take also smallest one. It doesn't have any problem, but I'm here in this example, I'm taking the largest one. So in this case, the largest is assumed as 0. That means first number is largest, and I will begin, the index will begin from here. I is the index. It will begin from this section. So I will begin from 1. The index will begin from 1 and compare 10 and 2. Okay, which one is the largest? If largest is already larger than this 2, 10 is already larger than 2, then we should not modify this index. Then I should be moved towards the next index. So I become 2. So let us see. So here in the earlier example, here I is here. So the largest is from this 2, 10 and 2, largest is 0 index. So we have put as a 0. So then from 2 and 4, from 4 and 10, if we compare 10 and 4, then what will be the largest? 10. So index is 0. If we compare 10 and 12, then largest is 12. So index is 3. Here index is 3. So if we compare here 6 and 12, then largest is still 3. So index is 3 because 12 is larger than 6. And so next 12 and 14. Compare with 12 and 14. Compare between 12 and 14. So 14 is the larger than 14 is larger than 12. Then index should be modified as 5. The largest index is till 5. So it should be 5, or the largest element is 14. So here as 9 and 14, compare 9 and 14. So 14 is larger than 9, so largest is 5 here. Again here 11 and 14, compare 11 and 14. So 14 is larger than 11, so 5 is the largest. No modification is required. Here 13 and 14, compare 13 and 14. and it is 5, that index is 5 because largest is still 5 because 14 is larger than 13. Next, here 14 and 1, compare 14 and 1. So 14 is larger than 1, so largest is still 5. So largest index is still 5. So here 14 and 15, compare 14 and 15. 15 is larger than 14. That's why that index should be modified. Largest index should be modified. So largest index is 10. Here this 10 is placed here. So again this 15 and 8 should be compared. In the next iteration, the 15 and 8 is compared. So 15 is larger than 8. That's why largest is still remaining 10, not 11. So here 15 and 7 is compared, and 15 is larger than 7. That's why that index is still 10. Largest index is still 10. So here 16 and 15 compare. 16 is larger. That's why that largest index should be modified 13 from 10. So this 10 should be removed and this 13 should be inserted as a largest. So what is the largest element right now? 16. Next, 16 and 3. Compare 16 and 3. Now comparing 16 and 3. 16 is the largest one. So no need to modify the largest index, this largest index. Next, again 16 and 5. 16 and 5, no need to compare, no need to modify, no need to modify because 16 is larger than 5. So here 13 is the larger one. So now you exchange that 13 and 15, the content of 13 and 15, that is 16 and 5, the largest and A of I. A of largest is, so what is largest here? Largest is here 13. What is A of I? A of I is 15. So A of I is 15. So A of 13 is, so what? 16, and A of 15 is, so what? 5. So 5 and 16 should be exchanged. So here summary for the first pass, the summary is we have exchange. We have swap between these two elements. Earlier it was 16 and it was 5. Now this element has been already sorted. Now 16 has placed in its own place and it has already been sorted. Now to tell a size of that n should be decremented. Okay, here n should be decremented. Total length will be decremented. So now what will be the comparison time? What will be the sorting time? Okay, one element, if there is n element, if we have n element, then to sort the first element, what will be the time complexity? How many comparison we have performed? How many comparison? If it is 16 element, then we have performed 14 comparison. So if it is 16 n element, then how many comparison we have performed? N minus 1 comparisons are required. We have performed n minus 1 comparison. Here, how many exchanging is done? Only one exchange. One swapping is required because only this 5 and 16 is exchanged. We have done nothing. We have just found out that where is the largest one and then where is its place. Two things. then swap with only one exchange. So if it is value is that these values are very large enough and exchanging is time consuming, here swapping is time consuming. Okay, so where it suppose assume that your elephant in the case of elephant, so to swap two elephant, to exchange two elephant, it is very hard, but to compare it is very easy. Am I clear? To swap, to exchange two elephant or two cows, two buffalo, it is very hard, very difficult, very time consuming, but comparison is not. In that case, we use selection sort, because to sort an element, to sort an elephant, the tallest elephant, to put the tallest elephant in the last place, we take n-1 comparison, but only one swapping operation, only one exchanging operation. This is the advantage. Now next, let us see that next element. So we have completed this element. 16 has been sorted. Now let us check it out. Again, it will start from 0. Again, it will start from 1. Okay. Then I compare. So if it is larger, 10 is 2 is larger than 10, then 1 should be placed here. Otherwise, 0 will remain 0. The index of 10 will remain 0. So here, next, largest is still 0, because 10 and 4. Compare 10 and 4, and what is the largest index? Largest index is 0. Again, if you compare 10 and 12, what is the largest index? 3. So from 0, we have multiplied it to 3. Next, 12 and 16. 12 and 6. What is the largest index? 3. Next, 12 and 14. What is the largest index? 5. So this 5 should be placed here. And next, 14 and 9. Next, 14 and 9. What will be the largest index? 5. And 14 and 11. What will be the largest index? That index should be 7. 5 again, because 11 is smaller than 14. So it should remain 5. So next, 13 and 14. What is the largest index? It's remain 5. Next, again it's remain 5, because 1 is smaller. Next, 15. In the case of 15, 15 is larger than 14. That's why 10 is put here, because largest value is 15. The index of 15 is 10. So this is the 10. So next, we compare here. This is 8. This is 8, and this is I. 8 and 5, 8 and 15. Compare 8 and 15. Then we will put 10 here, because 8 is smaller. Similarly, 7 is still 10. 5, it is still 10, and 13, it is still 10. And then swap, exchange, perform exchange between 15 and 3. 14 and 10 and 14. So only one swapping operation. Only one swapping operation. Then it is already, this part is already sorted. Two elements have already sorted. To place next tallest element, second largest element, what is the comparison? How many comparison we have done? If there is an element, then n-2 comparison we have performed, because in the earlier one we have decremented. Okay, we have decremented the total number, because we do not require to compare this last element, 16. So that's why it is n-2. So what is the time comparison time? n minus 2 comparisons are required. How many sweeping operation is performed? Only one sweeping operation. Okay. So if we continue this operation again and again, then what will be the total time complexity? Let me explain. First, we have seen that time complexity to perform largest element, to place the largest element in the last place, it takes n minus 1. And to place the second largest element, it will take n minus 2 comparison. And to place the third largest element in the third last place, then it takes n minus 3, and so on, and up to 1. If you add it, then what will it be? N into n minus 1 divided by 2. What is that? N into n minus 1 divided by 2, n square minus n divided by 2. So if you represent it, big of n square divided by 2. So this is in the negative form, we don't care. So this is in the it is half big of n square. Okay, so this half is constant, we don't care, we don't write it. That's why it is big of n square. Okay, so we have seen that this time complexity is big of n square. However, that another advantage is that total number of exchanging sweeping operation is that how much? Can you say? Can someone say that what is the total exchanging operation? Sweeping, total number of sweeping operation. Can someone say?
N minus
14, sir. N minus 2.
Maybe n minus 1 or n minus 1, right? So to place one item, only one sweeping operation. Then next 2 sweeping operation. Next 3, next 4, up to this place. If there is n element, then we can. If there is n element, then we will have to perform at most n sweeping operation. So that the advantage is that where will you going to use this kind of sorting technique, where if you would like to swap that value size is much larger and it is very costly, then only you will use selection sort. Otherwise, you will never going to use this kind of sorting techniques, because this time complexity is big of n square and it is very slow. It is very slow sorting technique. That's why you should not use. However, you should know that if your key and value, there is a key and value, your value is that these are the value. If this value is very large values, okay, then only you will going to use selection sort, because if large value sweeping to large value, it costs huge time complexity. Okay, it takes huge. Say for example, 2 elephants, sweeping 2 elephants will cost you more than comparison. Okay, that's why we use selection sort. So do you have any kind of question?
No, sir.
Nandita, have you understood?
Yes,
Utpal?
sir. Now I get it.
Huh? Nandita, what have you told?
Sir, I've said now I get
Okay,
it.
okay.
How?
Utpal, are you there? Utpal is not there. Rituparna? Rituparna,
Yes, sir.
have you understood?
Yes, sir. I have understood.
Are you listening? Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Teresa?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got it.
Understood, no? Got it. So, Bhargav, are you there? Yatin,
Yes, sir.
are you there? Yatin,
Yes, sir. I have understood this.
you have understood, na?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good, very good. So, do you have any question? Any kind of question? No doubt?
Hello.
Yeah. Yes, please.
Sir, if we
Yes. What's
if
your
we do
name?
the sorting in such a way that at the same time we can sort out the largest as well as the smallest number, then the time complexity will still remain big of n square or it will be less.
No. See, you have to compare two, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Suppose, assuming that in the same time you are in the pairwise, there is algorithm finding out that pairwise sorting technique. Pairwise finding that maximum and minimum technique. You will find this technique in the Introduction to Algorithm Corman book. That Corman book, you will find that the techniques, that pairwise comparison. Okay, pairwise comparison minimize the total number of comparison in the finding largest as well as smallest in one go. Okay, suppose we have make it half. We have make it half here, half. What will be the value after sorting here? For using this technique, okay, we have made it half. So n into n minus 1 divided by 4. So what is the time complexity again?
N square.
Hello?
Big of n square.
Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Have you understood? Okay, very good. So any question? Should I move forward? So here, what is
Yes,
the
sir.
time extra space complexity? There is no extra space complexity. We have not taken any extra spaces, right? So that's why this kind of sorting technique is known as in-place sorting technique or in-place sorting technique. In memory means all sorting techniques are in memory except external sorting techniques. We will discuss what is in memory sorting techniques and what is external sorting techniques. Here the selection sort, and I have find the minimum, maximum, or you can write minimum. You can find the minimum one as described by Jintumani. Okay, so here I equal to 0, I is less than n minus 1, then max is always 0. Here max is initiated by 0, and it should be 0 plus 1. J should be always started from j 1 plus 0 plus 1 1. Okay, a of j means a of 1 should greater than, what is max here? Max is initialized by 0. If it is greater, then max should be modified. Otherwise, it will remain same. If it is modified, then we will swap. So here, if we would like to reduce number of swapping operation, then we can take a flag here. Flag equal to 0. Here flag equal to 0, initialized by flag equal to 0, and if it is modified, then flag equal to 1. If flag equal to 1, then only perform swap. Okay, so in this code I'll write what I'll write: if flag, then perform swap. So I'll not write this thing because it is I'm using mouse. So if flag, then swap address of, that means this is call by reference. Okay, call by reference, address of array of max, address of array of I. You can swap. So if we modify like this, what will be the number of swapping operation? What is the best case in the best case of swapping operation? Can someone say what will be the best case? And when would it will be happen? Yes.
If we have to only swap one time, like only one time, then
So
like one array is unsorted, then it will be the best time.
Best time, right? If it is sorted, already sorted array, then we need not to swap. So the time complexity number of swapping is big of 1. Okay, am I clear? If we modify like this.
Yes, sir.
So I have a doubt with the
Yes.
function that given in this like we are initializing max equal to I.
Yes.
And every time the I changes, the max changes. If the array is consisting of 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, then this max will change by 2, 3, 4. Then max will be like
Again,
greater
reset
than
to-
everyone.
No,
Like
no.
when
This loop will so what? Perform what? One item. It will sort only one item.
yes, sir.
It will place the largest one. Okay, largest one. Okay, clear? It will place largest one in the last place using the swap operation. Okay, then max should be reset. Max should be reset to 0. And I should be max should be reset to 0.
It should be 0 then.
0, 0, 0. Here it is 0. Okay, it should not be
Yes, sir,
I.
yes, sir. That's
Yes,
that
it
was
should
my
not be I.
Or like
Okay.
we should initialize it as int min, like int min.
Otherwise, it
Min,
will
yeah,
not
it
be.
won't
It will
work.
not. Yes, it should be again initialized to 0. Then only it will work. If you initialize by I, then it will not work. Next time it will become 1.
Because 1 and 2 and 3 and so
Yeah, then it won't work. Okay. So if you modify, then if it is already sorted or nearly sorted, then that number of swapping is very less. Okay. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
So next, bubble sort. What is bubble sort? So bubble sort is we are taking 2 bubble. Here you can see you are taking 2 bubble. Okay, and compare this bubble, 2 bubble, which one is larger. If it is not in order, ascending order or descending order, say for example we would like to sort in ascending order. Okay, if it is not in ascending order, then we will swap it. Then next, contiguous memory element, bubble it. So if we do repeatedly, then largest element will be placed in the large place. Let's see the animation. Here we compare these two. We compare these 2 elements, 10 and 2. It is not in order. We'll exchange. We'll exchange 2 and 10. We'll exchange 2 and 10. Now we have to compare this 10 and 2, 10 and 4. 10 and 4. Yes. Is it in order? No. That's why we will going to swap. 4 will come here, 10 will come here. So 10 and 4 is swap, exchange. So now we have to compare 10 and 12. We have to compare 10 and 12. Now this 10 and 12 is already in order. No need to swap it. Now here check it, 12 and 6. Is it in order? No. Then we have to swap it. So swap 6 and 12. Then move to the next element. Is it in order? Oh yes. 12 and 14 is in order. Then 14 and 9 is in order. Okay, 14 and 9 is not in order. That's why we need to swap it, exchange it. So we have already we have exchanged. So next, 14 and 11, is it in order? No, because 14 is larger than 11. It is not in order. So we have to swap it. So we have exchanged it. Now 13 and 14, is it in order? No. So 13 and 14 has been swapped. It should be swapped, exchanged. So we have already exchanged by 13 and 14. Now 14 and 1, is it in order? No. So we need to swap, exchange. Now 14 and 15, is it in order? Is it in order? Yes, it is in order. No need to swap it. So 15 and 8, is it in order? 15 and 8, is it in order? No. No. That's why we need to swap it. So we have swapped 8 and 5, 15. So next, 15 and 7, is it in order? No. So we need to swap. So 7 and 15. Now next, 15 and 16, is it in order? Oh yes, it is in order. That's why we need not to swap it. So 16 and 3, is it in order? No, we need to swap it. So 3 and 16, we have swapped. Now next, 15 and 16 and 5, is it in order? No, we need to swap. So in the first pass, we have completed the sorting of 16, one element. That is, the element name is 16. So in the first pass, we have completed one element. So what is the time complexity? Comparison to sort the first item, that is n-1 comparison. If we compare this, it takes, if it is n element, the first element to sort is n-1 element. So in the next, say for example, 2 and 4, again repeat it again and again until it has not been sorted. So 2 and 4, is it sorted? Yes, it is already in order. No need to swap. Is it in order? Yes, it is in order. No need to swap. Is it in order? No, it is not in order. So we need to swap it. So we have swapped. So 12 and 10 and 12, is it in order? Yes, it is in order. No need to swap. So 12 and 9, is it in order? No, it is not in order. We need to swap. So 12 and 11, next we need to move 12 and 11. So is it in order? No, we need to swap. So next 12 and 13, is it in order? Oh yes. 13 and 1, is it in order? Yes. It is not in order. So we need to swap it. So 14 and 13, is it in order? Yes, it is in order. We need not to swap it. 14 and 8, is it in order? Is it in order? No. So we need to swap it. So 14 and 7, is it in order? No. Is it in order? No. So we need to swap it. So 14 and 15 next. 14 and 15, we need not to swap it. 15 and 3, it is not in order. We need to swap it. Next, 15 and 5, it is not in order. So we need to swap it. So these two elements has been sorted. So to place the second largest element, the total number of comparison is required, n-2 comparison is required. This is not first item, right? This is second item. second item. So to place the second item, it requires n-2 comparison. Okay. So similarly, you can measure the time complexity. What would be the time complexity? Can someone say what would be the time complexity?
M square, and time complexity will also be m square.
Omega of n square, sir.
Yes.
Big of n square.
Big of n square.
Big O of n square.
Yes. Big of n square. The time complexity will be big of n square. So now, is it clear? Is it easy to measure the time complexity, right? At the very beginning, you felt that time complexity is that such a monster. It will eat you. Now, what is time complexity?
Yes, sir.
That's it. That is very easy. How to measure? This is very easy. I said in the very beginning, if you follow me, you can always say that what is the time complexity. Okay? It is very easy to find out that what is the time complexity by looking the behavior, by studying the behavior. Okay, next we will discuss in the next class. Today, what is the time? Okay, it's already 5. Okay, next we'll discuss, this is bubble sort, this is the bubble sort code. So code, so in this code, this means two bubble contiguous, this j and j plus 1. We need to compare j and j plus 1 again and again, not with I. Okay, we have to compare with j and j plus. So this is known as bubble. These two bubble, one bubble is j, another bubble is j plus. So this is the just code. This is the code. Okay, the time complexity is big of n square. So any question? Question, please.
Hello, sir.
No, sir. Thank you.
Sir, am I audible?
Sir, in Python we have inbuilt function. Hello. Sir, in Python we have inbuilt function to sort the array.
Yeah.
So what is the time complexity?
Yeah, that's why you need to know that you need to write some code in C program. Otherwise, you will not going to know what is the time complexity of that theme sort algorithm. Okay, I have already mentioned that it is theme sort, that Python uses theme sort method. So we'll discuss what will be that, what is theme sort. We'll highlight on that. Okay, earlier it uses a quick sort. Now they have replaced with theme sort technique. Okay, Peter Thiem has invented the technique. That's why theme sort. So we'll discuss that. So if you use inbuilt function, you will not know what is going inside that. How is implemented? You will not going to know. If I start writing, if I start say for example, if I start teaching on this sorting techniques in Python, then you will going to direct, you can use direct library function, then it's done. Just one line call. But you will not going to know where is the time, what is the time complexity and how is implemented. Okay, that's why we need to know C programming language to know everything. Yes.
Sir, my question is like in C++ or Python or in many languages, the sort function provided takes in any data type. Like it's not given that only one data type is allowed. So how is that implemented? Because generally we do this.
That is template, generic function. In Java, we say generic function, and in C,
Java
is template.
But how do you do that in C? Like make a function that takes data types.
This is template, right? Can you see?
Yes, sir. The templating is there in C.
Maybe int, maybe some other value, and then you have to define, say for example, void template. Okay, there is generic style of doing that.
So is
Okay.
this present in C, sir? Or-
Yeah, it is also in C.
Okay, I didn't know that, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, void. Do you know void pointer?
Yes, sir.
Void pointer is generic pointer. Okay,
Yes, sir.
it doesn't have data type.
Yes, sir.
It can be casted to anything, any other data type. So you can make here to understand. I have written as this as a integer. Okay, I have written this as a integer. Okay, to understand. But
Yes, sir.
you can write a generic type. Okay, you can write it as a generic type. Okay, but it is not a generic type. To tell number, it is always be integer. Okay, but here it may be character, it may be integer, or it may be float, it may be some other thing, or it may be objects. Okay, object may be anything, maybe mp3s, okay, maybe videos, maybe some other else, photos, maybe something else. Okay, that should be a generic, or in C or C++ we say it template. Okay, so do you have any question? So in last class we have discussed some other things that only 99 people has there. Lots of people has already left. I would like to discuss some different thing. Okay, you may be exhausted.